Sawadee Krap, I'm JP Mestanza. It's Tuesday, February 9th. Welcome to Phuket Extra, brought to you by... A series of campaigns are now being brainstormed by leading Phuket tourism figures, including the heads of the Phuket Tourist Association and the Phuket Chamber of Commerce, along with the Phuket Provincial Administration Organization, the Obojo, that's all meant to ramp up the number of domestic tourists to Phuket to help nurse the ailing local economy back to health. It all took place yesterday at Phuket Provincial Hall. The campaigns are set to target specific segments of Thailand to attract visitors to the island, with a campaign on promoting arts and culture, another promoting local seafood and fresh produce, all meant to slowly restore the island's economy with the goal of opening back to international tourists this October. It all comes after the TAT, the Tourism Authority of Thailand, launched heavily discounted packages for domestic tourists to Phuket last week. In addition, the Phuket government announced the return of the Patong Seafood Festival and the reopening of the popular Lat Yai Walking Street Market on Talang Road in Phuket Town this Sunday, February 14th. Meanwhile, unemployment in the tourism industry in all of Thailand is predicted to grow to as many as 2 million people this quarter, even though most of the country's coronavirus shutdowns have been reduced or ended, according to figures released by the chairman of the Tourism Council of Thailand. For more on all of this, visit thephuket.news.com. Regulators in Thailand have finally approved a vaccine from their own Sinovac Biotech, the company from which Thailand has an agreement to receive 2 million doses, although Thailand's FDA has yet to approve it themselves. But that hasn't stopped the Prime Minister from saying that the first batch of this vaccine will arrive later this month. Thailand secured 2 million vaccine doses from China-based Sinovac Biotech last month. The first batch of 200,000 is expected to arrive in Thailand later this month, with another 800,000 next month and another million by the end of April. Acting Chinese ambassador to Thailand, Yang Jin, informed Thailand Premier Prayut Chan-o-cha of news of the approval and that the doses will be delivered, quote, as soon as possible, although they made no mention of the pending emergency use approval by the Thai Food and Drug Administration for this vaccine. So far, only the AstraZeneca vaccine, of which Thailand has bought about 63 million doses, has been approved by Thai regulators. It's the only one, although they did hit a bit of a hiccup after the European Union last week banned any vaccine exports out of Europe. Other arrangements are now being sought by AstraZeneca. Meanwhile, officials announced that local administrations and private sector organizations cannot currently purchase or distribute COVID-19 vaccines by themselves, and that only the central government can purchase, manage, and distribute vaccines in Thailand. This was mandated by an order issued yesterday by the Department of Legal Administration, the DLA. For more, visit thephuket.news.com. Phuket Extra will be right back after this. Welcome back to Phuket Extra. 5 areas in Nonthaburi and Nakhon Pathom were raided by Thailand's DSI, the country's FBI, all of which were linked to pirated films broadcast over the internet. DSI officials executed the raid last week, seized over 100 items like satellite dishes, computers, and hard drives, all thought to have been used for streaming copyrighted movies and content on the website fwiptv.cc. The technicians were arrested in the raid since none of the actual people in charge of the website were present, and the technicians were not immediately charged, although they are still being held for further questioning at last count. Since 2012, this site had grown to become the kingdom's biggest pirated films and sports website, charging subscribers 300 baht a month, amassing over 720,000 views per month, and losses of about 2 billion baht or 67 million USD to the owner of the copyrighted content, according to police. The high school principal who pulled a gun out during morning assembly while trying to apologize over accusations that he raped an underage student, he has now resigned. 60-year-old Sayan Chalepo submitted his resignation letter on Friday in Songkhla province after video of the incident went viral online. he was accused of raping a student, the mother of whom filed a police complaint. Then, on Thursday, February 4th, during the flag-raising ceremony at the Songkhla High School in front of hundreds of students, he apologized for a personal problem before pulling out the gun and sending all the kids scrambling away from the area. No one, luckily, was hurt in that incident, as other teachers prevented anything else from happening. And later, at the police station, he handed police his gun. Charges are pending after results of a physical examination of the girl returns later this week. 189 new COVID-19 cases were reported in Thailand today, most of which were found in Samut Sakhon province, the epicenter of the previous outbreak. The new total for the nation is 23,746 COVID-19 cases. The death toll is still 79. 73% of total patients have recovered. And that's it for today's edition of Phuket Extra, brought to you by the lyrics below. We'll see you tomorrow. Until then, stay classy, Phuket.
คุณมองเห็นอะไรไหมครับถ้ามองไม่เห็นเดี๋ยวเราจะย้อนภาพให้ดูทีละมุมถ้ามองจากรถที่อยู่ด้านหน้าคุณจะเห็นชายขี่มอเตอร์ไซค์ตามมาด้วยความเร็วปกติถ้ามองจากคนที่นั่งอยู่ข้างทางคุณจะเห็นชายขี่มอเตอร์ไซค์ผ่านไปด้วยความเร็วปกติแต่ถ้ามองจากคนที่ขับรถตามหลังมอเตอร์ไซค์คันนี้มันติดไม่มีไฟท้ายก็เหมือนไม่มีคุณอยู่บนถนนตรวจสอบไฟท้ายให้ใช้งานได้อยู่เสมอ